سلام به همگی دوستان، من مریم نمازی هم. برنامه نان گل و سرخ رو نگاه میکنید، مجله اجتماعی سیاسی که به زبانهای انگلیسی و فارسی روی کانال جدید پخش میشه. متاسفانه همکار عزیزم فریبرز پویا دیگر در این برنامه نمیتونه شرکت کنه. واقعا دلم براش تنگ خواهد شد، مطمئنم شما همینطور، ولی خب سعی میکنم در برنامه‌های آتی باهاشون حداقل مصاحبه‌ای انجام بدم که بتونین هنوز ببینینشون و صحبتاشون رو بشنوین. در این برنامه مسابقه خیلی جالبی دارم با یزمین که از یک بلاگ و کتابی نوشته در رابطه با اعترافات یک کسی که از اسلام روی برگردونده و واقعا داستان خیلی جالبی داره، داستان غم انگیزی ولی در ضمن داستانی که نشون میده چجوری تونسته از اون وضعیت خیلی اسفناکش بیرون بیاد و زندگی خودش رو ادامه بده. در ضمن در مورد بویکات مسابقات شطرنج زنان در ایران صحبت خواهم کرد. یک امامی که طرفدار خامنه‌ایه که تو انگلیس اومده برای مرکز جمهوری اسلامی داره سخنرانی میکنه و با چه خنده‌ای داره در رابطه با اعدام همجنسگرايان صحبت میکنه، روی اون بحث خواهم کرد و در ضمن در مورد یک فیلم جدید دیاخان در رابطه با بی خدایان اسلام، فتوای احمقانه این هفته در رابطه با تعدد زوجات و چرا این امام فکر میکنه که ایده خیلی خوبیه، مسلمه ایده خوبی نیست. و در آخر لحظه زیبای زندگی از یه فیلم واقعا جالبیه به اسم آهنگ هیچ سرزمین در رابطه با مقاومت زنان برای آهنگ خوندن در ایران. امیدوارم از این برنامه خوشتون بیاد، جایی نرید، با ما باشید. خبر رسیده که قهرمان شطرنج زنان آمریکا نازی پکزاده گفته که بازی‌های مسابقات سال آینده شطرنج زنان رو که قرار در ایران برگزار بشه رو بویکات خواهد کرد به خاطر اینکه نمیخواد حجاب اجباری به سر کنه. به نظرم خیلی کار عالیه، واقعا یه چیزیه که باید ازش دفاع کرد. ما همیشه میگیم که باید همبستگی نشون داد با مقاومت زنان در ایران. خب این یک نوع همبستگی با مقاومت زنان ایرانه. تعدادی هستن که بهش میگن باید به فرهنگ مردم احترام گذاشت. خب من نمیفهمم این چه نوع فرهنگه که اجباره، که دولت با چماق و با اسید و با زور و با این گشتای زهراشو با زندانی میاد اینو اعمال میکنه. این ربطی به فرهنگ نداره، این یک چیز تحمیلیه، خیلی اوقات هم با زور خود دولته و باید مقاومت زنانی که تو ایران دارن هر روز با این گشتای زهرا و جمهوری اسلامی دارن سر کله میزنن و دارن جلوش میستن. خب خیلی مهمه که بازیکنان بین المللی هم بیان از زنا دفاع کنن. کسایی میگن که این امپریالیسمه که یه زن آمریکایی بیاد بگه که حجاب به سر نمیکنه. اینطور نیست. وقتی تو غرب در رابطه با حجاب حرف میزنن همش به عنوان یه حق و یک انتخاب صحبت میکنن، ولی وقتی یک زن مثل قهرمان آمریکا شطرنج زنان آمریکا نازی پکزاده میگه که من نمیخوام حجاب به سر کنم، این دیگه به عنوان حق و انتخاب دیده نمیشه، به عنوان امپریالیسم و غیره دیده میشه. واقعا مسخره است. باید از این دفاع کرد به نظرم و یک ابزار مهمیه برای فشار آوردن روی جمهوری اسلامی. قوانین جمهوری اسلامی فرهنگ مردم نیست. قوانین جمهوری اسلامی هر روز داره علیهش مبارزه میشه تو خود ایران. خب چرا نه که زنانی که خارج از ایران هم هستن و یه نقش مهمی میتونن بازی کنن. کسی که بلندگو رو دستش داره به خاطر اینکه قهرمان شطرنج زنان آمریکاست، خب چه عالی که ایشون هم اومده در دفاع از حقوق زنان. نمیدونم اگر بینندگان عزیز با خبر باشن، در یه خبر دیگه یه امامی هست به اسم حمزه سوداگر و ایشون تو آمریکا به دنیا آمده، ولی خب یکی از این طرفداران سرسخت جنایتکارانی مثل خامنه‌ای و خمینی هستش و ایشون میاد هر گهگاهی به اصطلاح سخنرانی کنه، بهش میگن سخنرانی، میاد مرکز جمهوری اسلامی توی لندن سخنرانی کنه و یه فیلمی ازش در اومده که با یه لبخند داره توضیح میده که چجوری باید همجنسگرایان رو اعدام کرد. راههای متفاوت اعدام همجنسگرایان چیه؟ یه کلیپ کوتاهی از این فیلم بهتون نشون بدم و بعد به این صحبت هم ادامه بدم.
If there's homosexual men, the punishment is one of 5 things. One, the easiest one may be, chop their head off. That's the easiest. Second, burn them to death. Third, throw them off a cliff. Fourth, tear down a wall on them so they die under that. Fifth, a combination of the above. We have a hadith on that. Now, whether somebody is going to accept that, that's up to the jurists to read and understand. There's definitely some of those apply. Now, maybe the combination. But this is something that's there.
خب همینطوری که دیدین داره با لبخند توضیح میده. خب میتونی مثلا سرشو ببری، میتونی نمیدونم اینجوری ادامش کنی، اونجوری کنی، یا میتونی چند کار متفاوت باش انجام بدی. و خب وقتی این فیلم توی مطبوعات مطرح شد، اومدن و یه سری از کسایی که طرفدار جمهوری اسلامی هستن گفتن که این نژاد پرستی، راسisme، این اومده فقط داره اسلام رو توضیح میده. ولی خب و یه بحث تئوری داره میکنه. واقعا مسخره است بحثایی که توی غرب صورت میگیره در دفاع از این اسلامیایی که میخوان آدم بکشن و هر وقت قدرت هم داشتن آدم کشتن. و خب ولی بحثی که ما داشتیم خیلی واضح است. ببینین ایشون میان اینجا سخنرانی میکنن که فتواهای آقای خامنه ای رو مطرح کنن و اسلام عملی رو دارن بحث میکنن و سعی میکنن بشناسونن به مردمی که میان، به اسلامیانی که میان توی جلساتشون. این هیچ بحث تئوری نیست، به خاطر اینکه تو خود ایران که ایشون طرفدار خامنه‌ایش هست و طرفدار جمهوری اسلامی هست، دارن همجنسگرایان رو اعدام میکنن. و به همین دلیل یه بحثی که پیش اومده که به نظرم بحث درستیه اینه که ایشون نباید اجازه داشته باشه. معلومه هر کی میتونه بیاد هر چی میخواد بگه، حتی چیزی که قبول نداریم، چیزی که به نظرمون حتی ضد انسانیه، ولی در این حال نمیتونه بگه که اینجوری باید آدمو سر برید. خب این دیگه بحثی آزادی بیان نیست. بحث اینه که داری آدم جمع میکنی که برن آدم بکشن به خاطر اینکه همجنسگران، یا به خاطر اینکه مرتدن، یا به خاطر اینکه کافرن و غیره. و خب این میاره منو به بحث آخرم در رابطه با یه فیلم خیلی جدیدی. برای اولین بار داره پنجشنبه در انگلیس روی کانال ITV نشون داده میشه و امیدوارم به زودی در یوتیوب هم در اینترنت هم باشه، بتونین اونجا ببینینشون. و ما سعی میکنیم ترجمهش کنیم به فارسی و در ماهای آینده وقتی قابل دسترسه به شما بینندگان عزیزم نشون بدیم. ولی این فیلم خیلی جالبیه، 1 ساعته، از دیاخان که یک فیلمسازیه که جایزه برده در سالهای گذشته به خاطر فیلم‌های دیگه‌اش، و این در رابطه با ناباوران اسلامه، بی خدایان اسلامه و یه فیلمیه که واقعا به نظرم خیلی جالبه و اهمیت زیادی داره، به خاطر اینکه تو 13 کشور در این دنیا من جمله ایران کسایی به خاطر بی خدایی دارن اعدام میشن، دارن زندانی میشن و یک مسئله مهمیه هم برای چالش کشوندن جمهوری اسلامی و جریانات اسلامی و هم در ضمن نشون دادن اینکه مقاومت زیاده، راههای مقاومت زیاده، از بی خدایی گرفته تا بی حجابی و بد حجابی تا مبارزه سیاسی و از مادران خاوران گرفته تا دوچرخه سواری در ایران. به هر حال جایی نرید، الان میریم پای مصاحبه با یزمین. واقعا داستان خیلی جالبی داره، حتما با ما باشید. چند وقت پیش در کنفرانس سکولاریسم و زنان در واشنگتن دی سی شرکت کردم و اونجا با یزمن آشنا شدم. از قبل میشناختمش ولی از نزدیک باش آشنا شدم و تونستم باش مصاحبه انجام بدم. ایشون یک کتابی نوشته به اسم اعترافات یک زنی که از اسلام روی برگردونده و واقعا مصاحبه به نظر من جالبیه. اولا نشونه اینکه چقدر کسانی میتونن زندگی سختی داشته باشن، حتی اگر توی ایران زندگی نکنن بلکه تو کانادا زندگی کنن، ولی به قول ایشون توی خانواده اسلامی که خیلی زن و دختران رو زیر فشار میذاره و در ضمن یه داستانی در رابطه با مقاومت یک زن و اینکه بالاخره به جایی رسیده که اون انسانی هست که میخواد باشه و همیشه میخواست باشه. با ما باشید. Yasmin, it is wonderful to have you on our program. I wanted to speak about your amazing blog, Confessions of an Ex-Muslim, and your book. Congratulations on that.
Thank you very much. It was it nearly killed me to write that story. It took a lot of bringing up all of these, breaking open all these old wounds that I'd left, to heal, I thought, and buried. So I'm actually really, I rarely say this, but I'm actually really, really proud that I got through it, because there were so many points when I was like, I can't do this anymore, I have to stop. But I pushed through. It was a lot of work, but I'm very cathartic. I'm very, very happy that I got it all out and I got through it.
Do you think it's important to get it out? Why did you think you needed to do it?
Well, for me, it was mostly because I kept on hearing all of these voices speaking for Muslim women, and the voices were either the Western sort of patronizing, condescending voice where, oh, all Muslims, they're misunderstood, they're all good people. Or you have the other side of what was very common too, is you had these Muslim feminist voices coming out and saying, like, I'm empowered by the hijab, and I Prophet Muhammad was the first feminist, and all these kinds of things, and so all of these voices I was hearing that were the dominant voices, I felt like, no, like all of you are wrong. You know what I mean? So I wanted to bring my voice into the ring. I wanted to throw my story into the conversation. And a common thing that I would hear all the time was, well, those are the women over there, and that's their culture, and they like it, and they want to be like that, and that's the way they are. And that would make me really angry, because I would always respond with, like, do you think that they're like these weird, subservient animals from a different planet? Like, they're women just like you or me. Like, if you were forced to wear a hijab, or if you weren't allowed to ride a bike or go to work without your husband's permission, or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If you were a woman living under Sharia law, how would you feel? And that's exactly how these women feel. So there was like this separation of them and us. So I felt like, you know what? Which one am I? Am I a them or am I an us? So I want to let you know that in Canada, growing up, it was not Sharia law, because I was living in Canada, obviously, it's a secular government. But in my house was Sharia law. And I grew up in that, under that oppression. And I fought against it. I was unhappy, I was depressed, so I wanted to let them know that we're not different. Women in the Muslim world are the same as women in the rest of the world. We all have the same wants and needs and desires, and I think that's why I wrote the book, so that they could see it's not just over there, over here it happens too, and this is how I feel about it. So this assumption you're making about how those women feel about it, it's wrong.
And what happened to you? What's your story? You said you told your story.
Yeah, so in a nutshell, I grew up in a very, very conservative Muslim household. I didn't have I went to a Muslim school. I went to an Islamic school. Actually, the school was funded by Saudi Arabia. And initially it was like a little mosque with an Indian imam, and then it was, you know, we had this guy come from, he was Egyptian, and his wife was wearing niqab, and they changed all the signs from namaz to salat, and it was all very like, once that money came in. But then, you know, they built the school for them and everything, so everybody towed the line, you know, brought in the books, and they started doing with the Wahhabi teaching, and that's what the environment I was raised in. And my mother was the head of the Islamic Studies department, so there was a lot of pressure on me as her daughter to be, you know, modest and, you know, all of those things, right? Don't step out of line, be quiet, you're going to embarrass me. The family's honor is all on their daughters. And then once I finished high school, my mother was having too much trouble with me. Like I wouldn't be quiet. I kept on trying to stand up, and she'd knock me down, and I'd try to stand up and she'd knock me down. And finally at 18 years old, she said, okay, we're going to go to Egypt as a family vacation. And so we went there, and then I woke up in the morning a couple of months later after we'd been there for a while, and my whole family was gone. She had just left me in Egypt because she didn't want to deal with me anymore. And I was there for about 2 years on my own, and made it back to Canada again. But I told her I only wanted to come to Canada for a visit. I didn't tell her that I didn't want to go back to Egypt. But then once I got to Canada, I was like, yeah, I'm not going back. So then, of course, it was a very continued back with this relationship between me and her, which was always very fraught with unhappiness and discomfort and anger and everything else. So she forced me into a marriage, again, just to get me out of the house, I think, with an Egyptian man, because she felt like the Egyptians were the best people in the world. This identity politics idea of Muslims are this and Egyptians are that, that was something that always bothered me. But I think I was, you'll read my story, but I was, well, I hope you will anyway, but I was at the point where I wanted peace, you know? I was like, look, I'll do what you want. I will marry him if it makes you happy, if it'll make you proud of me, if it'll make you love me, if it'll make this fighting stop. I'll just do it. I've done enough of this, you know? Like, I just want you to be proud of me. So I did everything she wanted. I married him, and I wore the niqab, and I, you know, he beat me, and I would go back to her, and I would say, he beat me, and she'd say, you have to go back, because if you leave him, people are going to think you were a virgin, and so that's why he got rid of you. And a while into the relationship, I'd only been with him just under 3 years. CISA's contacted me, so they're the Canadian FBI, and I found out that he was actually a member of Al-Qaeda. So he came to Canada because it was an easy route into the United States, and this is pre 9/11. He was there for 9/11. That was his purpose. And there's all these red flags, you know, like he was of Egyptian descent, but he had a fake Saudi Arabian passport, and he arrived in Canada from Afghanistan. So there was just so many red flags, but we were an innocent country back then. So it explained a lot of things about how vicious my life was with him. But I did have a daughter with him, so that was the catalyst. That's what changed everything for me. I held my little daughter in my arms, and I looked at her, and I loved her so much, and I was willing to protect her with any way that I could. And I didn't want her to live the life that I had lived. I needed to keep her shielded from that. And then he came over my shoulder and he said, when are we going to get her fixed? And I said, what do you mean fixed? What does that mean? And my mother said, oh, no, don't worry about that. We'll talk about that later, when she's older. And then I realized what they were talking about. And I was like, oh, I have to get my daughter out of here. Like,
so your daughter basically saved you.
My daughter saved me. That's exactly it. And I tell her that all the time, because if I didn't have her, I wouldn't have had the strength to, I mean, I had a high school education and a little baby, and I walked away. And I never would have had the strength. I tried to walk away so many times before, but I was unable to. But knowing that I was responsible for this little life, and knowing that I would do anything in the world to protect her from the life that I had lived, she gave me that strength. And that's how I was able to push through and persevere. And it was scary times. It was very difficult, you know, but I managed, you know, I did eventually go to university. My mother didn't want me to go to university. Now I have 3 university degrees, you know, and I drive a car, and I have a home, and I did, you know what I mean? I'm finally the person who I was on the inside that was fighting to break free all these years and was constantly suppressed. Oh, that's the shaitan whispering these things in your ear, you know, you have to stop. You have to, critical thought is what I had to stop, right? Like, why are you asking questions, you know? That woman finally is who you're looking at now, you know? So it was all worth it. It was all worth it.
And what a brilliant, wonderful woman, honestly. It's such a pleasure to meet you, to interview you.
Thank you.
As a final, I suppose, thing is, what's your message to people who are in situations that you are in?
My message, and I'm grateful now that I've started to write this blog, and I have a Twitter account, and people have been contacting me from all over, from India, from Saudi Arabia, from Pakistan, from Egypt, and sometimes in America and in Europe. And they say to me, like, I relate so much to your story, and I've lived this childhood is very similar to my childhood, and I never thought that I would ever be able to get out. I didn't think that that was a possibility. There were too many, the cards were stacked up against me. And in some cases, like women in Saudi Arabia, the cards are really stacked up against them. So I try as much as I can to offer that hope that no matter how bad things are, just keep pushing and don't give up hope. Because once you give up, I was this close to giving up hope. After my daughter, I found out I was pregnant again. And at that moment I said, well, that's it then. This is my life. I will stop resisting and just allow myself to drown. And then it turned out to be a miscarriage. And I felt like that baby was like this gift to me saying, get out. Because I had that feeling of like, I was almost drowned, like I'd almost given up completely. And then I thought, okay, well, with one baby I can do this. And then I pushed and I got myself out. So I want these women to know that as sad as it may look and as terrible as you might feel right now, don't give up hope. And there are so many people willing to support you now. You know, and when I did this, it was before the internet, and it was before all, you know, Facebook and Twitter, and we weren't on social media, we weren't connecting. But now, to just be able to speak to somebody who understands what you're saying, you know, these things used to be in my head, and I used to feel like I was bad for thinking them. So to just be able to express to somebody and have somebody say, yes, I understand what you mean. Oh, it's invaluable. So I think that, yeah, it's a message of hope, I hope, to just say, like, you can do it. You can do it. Just believe in yourself and keep going.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you, Miriam. I really appreciate it. I'm honored. Thank you.
امیدوارم از مصاحبه با یاسمین خوشتون اومده باشه. واقعا به نظرم صحبت‌های خیلی جالبی میکنه. چیزی که خیلی مهمه اینه که نشون میده که چیزی که میگه اینه که نباید هیچ وقت ناامید بود، همیشه باید امید داشت، همیشه باید رفت به سوی اون چیزی که میخوای بهش برسی، به اون زندگی که دوست داری زندگی کنی، بری به سوی اون، براش مبارزه کنی، هیچ وقت ناامید نشی. و به نظرم این واقعا یه پیام مهمیه. کسایی که میخوان از اسلام روی برگردونن، میخوان آتیست باشن، بی خدا باشن، این حقو دارن، تنها نیستن. اتفاقا یه سونامی آتیسم در جوامع اسلام زده، چه توی خود و توی جوامع حتی مسلمانایی که تو خود غرب زندگی میکنن وجود داره و این یه سونامیه که داره همه جا تأثیر میذاره. با ما باشید.
ببخشید این یه قوه اجتماعی داره که مثلا بعضی اجتماعی برای چیه این؟
از زمان پهلوی اینطور شد. رضا شاه لعنت الله علیه وقتی آمد جلوی ازدواج موقت رو گرفت و جلوی تعدد ازدواج هم گرفت. ولی تو عربا مخصوصا تو سعودی دیده شده اونجا یه مرد 4 تا زن تو ماشین همه با هم نشستن، همه با هم رفیقن. مرد چقدر راحته وقتی یه زن مریض میشه مرد به کاراش دستو نمیخوره، اون زنای دیگه میبرن دکتر.
همونطور که دیدید فتوای احمقانه این هفته از خود ایرانه و دفاع یک امام از تعدد زوجات و ازدواج موقتی که واقعا تنفروشی اسلامیه، ولی خب از نظر اونا حلاله. هرچی که حلاله از نظر اونا همیشه به ضرر زنه و خیلی جالبه. توی غرب میان و این تعدد زوجات رو به عنوان یک حق مطرح میکنن و میگن که خب چه فرقی میکنه، مثل ازدواجات همجنسگرایانه. نه خیر، اصلا مثل ازدواجات همجنسگرایان نیست. همجنسگرایان مثل هر مرد و زن یا زن و زن یا مرد و مرد میان با هم ازدواج میکنن، رابطه برابر دارن، به خاطر بدون هیچ زور و اجبار اومدن با هم میخوان ازدواج کنن. رابطه تعدد زوجات یا ازدواجات موقتی مثل ازدواج کودکانه یا ازدواج اجباریه. درسته همشون کلمه ازدواج توش دارن ولی خب خیلی از هم متفاوتن و تفاوت دارن و واقعا جوکه که اصلا بیان اینو به عنوان یه چیزی که میبینید چقدر خوبه. خب یکی از زنامون حالش خوب نباشه، من نباید بیام ازش نگهداری کنم، 3 تا زن دیگه دارم که بره دنبال کاراش. خب بفرمایید. به این میگن فتوای احمقانه که کلا همه فتوا هستن. لحظه زیبای زندگی این هفته در مورد یه فیلم واقعا قشنگه به اسم آواز هیچ سرزمین و در رابطه یه خانومیه که آهنگساز خواننده است و میره ایران و سعی میکنه با خوانندگان دیگه یک کنسرت زنان اجرا کنه و خب برادرش که فیلمسازه این سفرشو و این تلاششو در یه فیلمی تهیه کرده. واقعا فیلم زیباییه، هم نشونه مسخرگی و ضد انسانی بودن قوانین اسلامی رو نشون میده که زن نمیتونه حتی بخونه، صداش قدغنه در ملأ عام و در این حال مقاومت زنان در سطوح مختلف در جوامع ایران، چه برای خوندن، آوازخوانی، چه بخواد با دوچرخه سواری و چه با بی‌حجابی و بدحجابی به اصطلاح. به هر حال دوست دارم با این کلیپ کوتاه از این فیلم زیبا تموم کنم برنامه رو. امیدوارم از این برنامه خوشتون اومده باشه و تا هفته آینده به امید دیدار.
انسان نشسته مؤدب در شنیدن تمایل جنسی پیدا نکنید.
و شاید خیلی از خانم‌ها تپش قلب بگیرن و اون اشکالی نداره. Is it good? Yes, you're beautiful.
And thank you.
پس فکرشو بکن نمیتونی بخونی.
نظرتون در مورد خوندن خواننده زن چی؟
ولی ما توقعمون باید یه جوری باشه که برآورده بشه.
Do you like to have concert in Iran?
I would like it if it's possible.
خودش انقلابی ترین کاریه که توی این دوره توی ایران میشه انجام داد.
You want to be a kind of provocative?
Yes.
عبارت میشه از یک کنسرت قانون ها هیچ مجوز قانونی نداره.
ریسکه ولی ما که داریم با برگ بازنده بازی میکنیم.
اصلا سال دیگه میخواد این کار بکنه. اون توش من غمگینش.
Hi, I'm مریم Namazi.
And I'm Fariborz.
We're hosting a program called Bread and Roses. It's a weekly program that's broadcast in Persian and English in the Middle East and North Africa, primarily Iran as well. And it's also shown on YouTube internationally.
And we've been doing this since last May. We're coming up to our year's anniversary, and we've had quite a lot of fun making these videos.
We discuss taboo-breaking, free-thinking ideas. The Islamic regime of Iran has called us immoral and corrupt.
And that's why you need to support us. We are the alternative voice in Middle East and North Africa.
Of corruption and immorality. So do support us. Here's a short video from Patreon that explains how you can help us with even just $1 a week. That's nothing. Support us.
Patreon lets fans become patrons of their favorite artists and content creators. It's different than Kickstarter because it's not about one big project that requires lots of funding. It's more for bloggers or YouTubers or webcomics, anyone who creates on a regular basis. Here's how it works. When you become a patron, you're agreeing to give an artist a tip of an amount you set every time they release a piece of content, whether it's a new song, a video, or a recipe. You can set a monthly maximum to make sure that you're always within your budget. Choose an amount, enter your payment information, and you're done. Becoming a patron allows you to view and post in the artist's stream, and in exchange for your support, artists offer additional patron packages, which might include monthly Google Hangouts, music production tutorials, pre-sale concert tickets, or anything they can offer as a way to say thanks. Patreon, empowering a new generation of content creators.